that was kind of the point of, like, I don't care. I don't care what I lose. I don't care what people think. I don't care if they believe me or not. I'm freaking getting this out. And this is gonna end.
He was my hero, the voice of my faith, the soundtrack of my youth. But behind the music, behind the spotlight, there was a predator. Imagine your childhood hero, the one whose music filled your headphones, whose message resonated with your soul. Now imagine that hero, behind closed doors, shattering everything you believed in. For Sean Davis, that horrifying reality is about to be unveiled to the world. In this video, we're diving into a story that's sending shockwaves through the contemporary Christian music world. A story that's been hidden in the shadows for far too long, but is finally coming to light thanks to the incredible bravery of individuals like Sean Davis. For years, Michael Tait, the voice behind DC Talk and the Newsboys, was revered. A titan in Christian music. But whispers, then shouts, began to emerge about a darker side. And now, as Tait stepped down from the Newsboys earlier this year, those whispers are becoming a full-blown roar, culminating in a new docuseries called Shadows in the Spotlight. Sean Davis is the man at the forefront of this movement. He was just 16, almost 17, when he first met Tait in the early 2000s. Tait was in his late 30s. Think about that age gap for a moment. This wasn't a peer relationship. This was a young, impressionable fan meeting his idol. In the full, heartbreaking interview that forms the basis of this docuseries, Sean details a chilling narrative. How he was allegedly groomed, introduced to drugs and alcohol, drugged, and ultimately molested and SA'd by Tait. Sean says he was 16 when he met 37-year-old Tait in 2003 at a Nashville party that was loaded with mainstream celebrities. But Sean's attention remained only on his childhood idol, Michael Tait. A mutual friend introduced them, and Tait took down his number, calling Davis to hang out a few days later. DC Talk were my heroes in a lot of ways, Sean recalls. They were Christians, but they rocked out and I thought that was so cool. Looking back, Sean realized that while they spent time together with Tait at bars and parties, at some point him and a friend of his, Gabriel, were only invited to his house separately and alone, which began when he allegedly introduced them to cocaine. According to Sean's claims, months passed with Sean and Tait hitting the Nashville bars. Tait was able to get Sean, a teenager, drinks, before going back to Tait's house to smoke weed and cigarettes and snort coke along with the opioid Lortab, which Tait would crush into a powder. Like his friend Gabriel, Sean confided to Tait that he had been molested when he was 8 years old. Tait made me feel like and seem like he was my only friend, he says. Sean says that Tait always mixed their drinks and claims he often felt pressured to drink heavily. One night he recalls the drink tasting strange and Tait insisting he finish it. Suddenly I felt super sick, dizzy, nauseous, going in and out of consciousness, he says. I woke up in the closet and he had my pants down and was giving me a BJ. I pushed him off as best as I was able in that state, but he pushed me down and then I punched him twice and left. Sean says he believed he was drugged by Tait. He was 17 at the time. In the months that followed, Sean claims, Tait aggressively pursued a reconciliation. He was relentlessly love-bombing me, trying to talk his way back in the door, alleges Sean. He apologized to me for what happened, but never got into specifics. It was more of a broad statement. Sean was attempting to get a CCM label off the ground and forgave Tait's behavior with the hope that he would help him get a foothold in the industry. He claims that Tait had convinced me that what happened that night was my fault. He was very manipulative, and I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. All of this came to a head one night in 2012 when Sean was in Tait's kitchen and Tait texted him from his bedroom, sending him a picture of what Tait described as $5,000 in cash. He said something to the effect of, "This could be yours if you let me see you off and in your ass," Sean claims. After that, Sean called his mother and asked her to quickly come pick him up. Sean snuck out quietly without alerting Tait. On the drive home, Sean says he told her everything he had allegedly experienced with Tait. He and Tait never spoke again. Sean's mother, and a friend he had confided in at the time, confirmed the details reported in this story. Sean has had one run-in with the law, When he was a teenager, he stole his mother's debit card to rent a limo for prom. He got probation but was then found guilty of violating his probation in connection to drug use, which occurred at a time when he was friends with Tait. He served about 5 months in prison. He is now married, has a 12-year-old son, and owns his own construction company in Nashville. Both Sean and his friend Gabriel express regret today for not speaking up sooner, believing they could have prevented other people from suffering the same experience. At the time, they each thought their experiences were isolated incidents. But now, the darkness is finally giving way to the light. Shadows in the Spotlight isn't just a docuseries, it's a platform for healing, for accountability, and a powerful testament to the fact that whatever is done in darkness will always come to the light. Sean Davis's bravery in sharing his story is nothing short of heroic, and Sean Davis isn't alone. Other victims are coming forward, their stories shockingly similar: grooming, isolation, substance abuse, then SA. For years, they were ignored. But now, with Tait's sudden departure from the Newsboys in early 2025, the truth can no longer be silenced. This isn't just about one man, it's about an industry that protects its stars at the expense of the vulnerable. How many others are out there? How many were dismissed because speaking up meant taking on a Christian music giant? Sean Davis is no longer hiding. He's married, a father, a business owner, and now a voice for the voiceless. This docuseries, Shadows in the Spotlight, could be the reckoning CCM desperately needs. But here's the question: will the industry listen? Or will it keep looking the other way? What are your thoughts on this unfolding story? Let me know in the comments below. And remember to like, share, and subscribe for more discussions like this.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Michael Tait with another Sunday devotional. A very sensitive subject today, the subject of judgment. Judging, judgment, passing judgment. Matthew 7 says this about it: do not judge so that you will not be judged. For in the way you judge, you will be judged, and by your standard of measure, it will be measured to you. Why do you look at a speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log, Michael Tait, sometimes that is in your eye? Passing judgment is never a good thing. It's never a good thing. And I find a lot of times that the problem really lies within myself. And maybe out of insecurity, hypocrisy, you tend to cast it upon someone else. I want to get the log out of my eye before I worry about a speck of lint in my brother's eye. One of my favorite singers on the planet, besides Nat King Cole, was Elvis Presley. And he said a statement years ago that I think he got from someone else, but nonetheless it's very true. He said, never judge a man or a woman until you walk a mile in their shoes. We have no idea what's going on in the heart and minds of people. And to judge them is not the way to find out. To love them is the start. Let's judge ourselves first, and then lovingly forgive and help our neighbors just the same. God bless you guys.